everybody. So it's been a minute. Sorry for not posting videos. And second, if you hear like children's like songs in the back, it's it's my daughter was watching I don't know, some kid show. So don't mind that. So kind of an update. Again, back at home. Obviously, you see the fan, right? So Thursday. I think I don't know what today is. Let me look, since we're all kind of just sitting here. So Thursday. So it's been a week today that I've been home. I think it's been a week, maybe more. Pretty sure it's been longer. I think it's been 2 weeks now. Anyways, it's frustrating because everyone's like, "Oh, talk to your fleet manager. Talk to your fleet manager." I did that. That Monday, we got back Thursday morning about 1:30, and I assumed that my fleet manager would be like, "Yeah, he took that. That's not his home time." Blah blah blah. And I was like, you know what? Let me just message him. So that's what I did. And so Monday, I sent him a message like, "Hey, this is not my home time. Like, I didn't ask for this home time. My second requested home time is coming up in 2 weeks for the first week of July, which is 4th of July. And it's not because it's 4th of July. It's because my dad's coming into town, and I haven't seen him in a while. He lives out of state because he works for, he's a civilian contractor for the government. So it's kind of tough to, when he does come into town, my whole family gets together. So that's what we're going to do. Again, this wasn't my scheduled home time. So then I was like, so sometimes my fleet manager doesn't respond to a text every once in a while. So I wasn't worried that he didn't say anything. And then Friday rolls around. This is 4 days later. Friday rolls around, and I got an $8 check. So now I'm behind on electric. I'm behind. I think in 3 days it's going to be. They said they'll cut it off in 3 days. So, it's pretty frustrating. It's pretty frustrating. Like, so the one thing I can tell you guys is like, make sure that when you communicate. Even though you think even though you feel like it might be wrong to like communicate with your fleet manager and let them know, hey, this isn't my home time. Like, I didn't ask for this home time. I need to get paid. You need to let them know, and even a buddy of mine was like, well, even when you finish your 50,000 miles, you're going to still have to be on the truck for another 10,000 while you wait. I'm like, I'm not waiting. I am not waiting. I will raise hell. Like, when I hit 50,000 miles, we better be headed back to a terminal, because I'm not going to sit here and wait anymore. I'm sick and tired of making $12 an hour. I'm sick and tired of being behind on my bills. I'm not doing it. I'm absolutely not doing it. So, yeah, to say that I'm a little mad is an understatement. It's not cool. It's not cool at all. The second thing is more of a little update on the cameras. So I hear that they obviously are doing the cameras. At first, it was kind of like, are they not? And then in the last Friday's safety meeting, at the end there, Robert Lowe was like, "Oh my gosh, those things are so smart," and blah blah blah. That's when you see people say that, especially these cameras, whether they're artificial technology or not, or artificial intelligence, they're not. I've dealt with the cameras. I've had inward and outward facing cameras, and they're ridiculous. Especially ones they think are like incredibly smart. Oh my gosh, the technology, it's stupid. I don't know how many times I've been, I say dinged, but I don't know how many times that I've gotten, dinged where the camera read the frontage road speed limit, and it told it that I was speeding, and there's nothing you can do about that. It's going to drop your score no matter what. And nobody goes back to review them and remove them or nothing like that. They just won't do it. And that was in a company that was much, much smaller than Prime. So I can't imagine they're going to have a fleet, a team of people. I say a team. I couldn't even tell you how many they would need to go back and review all of the events that would have happened that aren't legitimate. Like, are you serious? No, they're not going to do that. So your score is going to be dropped. Because it has like a safety score attached to it. I'm assuming that most of these cameras are the same. But your scores are going to be dropped, and there's something you can do about it. You'd have to go back and actually initiate basically, I guess you can call it an appeal yourself. That's the only way that they would be able to. They're not just going to have they're not going to review every single event. I think my personal feeling towards them is, you know, if you have drivers that are constantly getting criticals and that kind of thing, then they should be the ones getting the cameras. You know, it shouldn't just be everyone gets them and that's the end of it. You know, that's crazy. I can understand if it was certain people, but it's not. It's or I'm sorry, if it was everybody, but it's not. It's if it's certain people, then those certain people need to be dealt with. It doesn't mean that everyone gets a camera slapped in their truck and you just deal with it. I don't agree with them. I have to imagine that the cameras are going to pick up things that they shouldn't. You know, I don't know. I mean, if you're on board with it, cool, but I'm not. I mean, like I said, I've dealt with them. You know, you look away for a second and it tells you that you're distracted driving. There was times where I had to constantly go tell my I don't know what he was. I guess he was the fleet manager, but it's not like a fleet manager here. He only had like maybe 10 trucks, if that, and that was just that small business that I was working for. But I'd go tell him, I'm like, dude, this thing is telling me that I'm distracted driving, this and that. And all I did was check my mirrors, and then they had to go back, pull the video, and look at it, and then oh yeah, and then you know, oh well, that's sorry that we can we can't remove it, but you know, but we'll just, you know, we're not gonna do anything about it. You know, which is crazy because they had incentives for if you had got over a certain score, or if you were the 3 highest scores and you did that 3 months in a row, you got a gift card. So it did affect me. It did affect me. With the cameras, they absolutely record. I don't care what these people are telling you guys that they don't record all the time. They may not record constantly like if you were video recording. But they absolutely record events. They can pull that video anytime they want. If they wanted to access that video, they absolutely can. So don't sit here and think that they can't. And most of these people that think that they can't are people that have absolutely no idea about technology and what it can do. They're the older folks that think, oh, it's no problem. They can't access the video whenever they want. Yes, they absolutely can. They can look at it anytime they want. So, you know, to sit there and be so naive to think that they can't, they absolutely can. The third thing, people have been asking me how much longer I've got. Matter of fact, I talked to a guy last night, Cody, and I told you I'd be here, Cody. Sorry for even for not posting the video sooner. But I was trying to deal with what I got going on as far as like getting paid and everything. So it's been kind of rough. So sorry I haven't posted a video in a while, but yes, I'm still in TNT. I started this I remember I got my purple badge on the day of the Super Bowl. So that was in February. And I started TNT probably 2 weeks later. So that's just to give you an idea. So I'm going to say end of February, beginning of March, I've been doing this. And it's June 22nd, and I still have 16,000 miles to go. And I have a scheduled home time to see my dad the first week of July. So more than likely, I'm not going to finish till probably, my guess is probably mid-July or maybe the end of July, early August. That's how long you can expect to be in TNT. Now, is that for everybody? No. There was a buddy of mine who did it. He got done in 3 months exactly, but he never went home. They never took home time. I think there was one time they took home time, and that was only because he had the guy he was with had to go sell some land, so he had to be back for that. But it was only like a day or two. Other than that, they did not go home. They didn't stop. They constantly ran for 3 months straight. And he finished, and he's solo. And I'm still not done. I have 16,000 left to go. It's just, you know, it's ridiculous the amount of miles they want you to do. Like most companies, you're out for a set amount of time or whatever, and then you come back and test. What's crazy is I already tested. To even get into TNT, I had to test. I had to do my pre-trip. I had to drive around town. I had to show them that I could back. I did all this stuff already. So why, if I did, okay, I can obviously drive the truck and do what I need to do. You know, it doesn't take 50,000 miles to learn how to turn in paperwork. It doesn't take 50,000 miles to learn any of this stuff. It doesn't take 50,000 miles to figure out if you're a safe driver or not. It doesn't. It just doesn't. I don't care what people are saying. I don't care what they think. I'm telling you, when you get on the road, you're going to start saying the same thing. There is absolutely no friggin' way that it takes 50,000 miles to figure out whether you're a safe driver and how to turn in paperwork. That's literally what you're doing. All you're doing is that you get paperwork and you turn in paperwork, and then you take a picture of it and put it back into the app. That's it. That is it. It doesn't take 50,000 miles to learn how to save fuel. It doesn't take 50,000 miles to learn about how to use your tire fund and e-fund and learn the business side of things. Even as a new CDL driver, it doesn't take that long. and I've had my CDL for 10 years. So it just doesn't take that long. So, you know, sorry if that pisses anybody off, but I don't care. This is not the channel for rainbows and unicorns. I've said this before. Like, I'm going to tell you exactly how it is and what to expect while you're out here. Man, as you can tell, I'm frustrated. I am absolutely frustrated. Like, 16,000 miles doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it is. I mean, each load is what, 1,000? That might take you 3 days. You know, or I say each load is 1,000. If you're lucky, if you get loads that are over 1,000, then that'll knock down that time pretty quick. But then you have to, you know, assume that you're going to be sitting when you unload, or sitting to wait for a load, depending on where you are to reload. If you have to deadhead somewhere, you know, like even the deadhead miles, yeah, they count, but how far do you have to deadhead? The farthest one I've done so far is 900 and something. And that was with when we were at I think we had to go to Portland, or was it Washington? I think it was Washington to California or something like that. Anyways, we had a deadhead out there just so we could get a load to get back. So guys, you know, this is the stuff to expect while you're out here. I talked to a guy. I didn't talk to him, but he commented on one of my videos, and he asked, he goes, yeah, my recruiter told me that I'd only be in the hotel for, like, I think they told him three days, and that he'd be training one-on-one with a trainer. And I'm like, no, if you're going to Prime, that's not the way it is. I can tell you right now that you're more than likely going to end up be at least minimum probably a month, because he's coming in without a CDL, so he's only got his permit, so he still has to do his permit test, or his driver's license test. He has to go through PSD, and I think PSD in minimum is like 2 weeks. So you're not going to be in no hotel for 3 days. You're going to, at least on a best case scenario, I'd say 3 weeks minimum in a hotel. And then if you pass everything really, really quick, maybe 2.5 weeks. But you can expect on a normal average student, probably about a month you'll be in that hotel. And that's just including like doing your PSD, your training, all the classes they're going to have you do. And then you have to wait for a TNT trainer, and you can wait at the hotel, or you can wait back at home. But some people, depending on where they live, it's kind of far. For me, I think it was only like 10 or 11 hour drive to get back home. So that's not that bad. So my wife drove half and I drove half, and, you know, so I waited at home, and I still waited for 2 weeks when I got home. So, but I was getting paid. But I've been available for dispatch the day we got back. I didn't ask for home time, you know. So I think what it is these fleet managers try to protect these, you know, the guys that are training. And I get it. You know, if they're not driving, they're not making money, and that's where you get paid from, is, you know, the revenue from the truck. And I get it. I understand that, you know, but I didn't ask them to be a trainer. They, you know, they decided to be a trainer. And honestly, the way Prime should be doing this is if you're not both going on home time at the same time, and that's what you agreed to, then your training should be getting paid. I mean, that's just the way it is. And if Prime has to pay for that, not the trainer, then so be it, you know. But something has to happen there. And like I said, people keep saying, well, talk to your fleet manager. I've done that. You know, I've done that. So now I'm 3 days? In 3 days, the electric company is going to turn on, and I can't do anything about it. There's nothing I can do about it. I got rent coming up. Probably not going to make that. So I couldn't tell you what I'm going to do. It's just one of those things where, you know, you just kind of hope for the best. You know, the only thing I can do now is I'm hoping to get paid on Friday, which I better, or they're not going to like me on Friday. And if I'm also asking, I asked them for an advance for next week. So I want to get paid basically 2 checks on Friday. That way I can pay my fucking bills. Because if I don't get that money on Friday, then I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know who I'm supposed to talk to. There's literally nothing I can do. So, you know, and I just have this feeling like I don't know when this is going to end. Like I still have 16,000 miles to deal with this. You know, it's frustrating. It's absolutely frustrating. So, probably once I get done with this video, get it uploaded, I'm probably going to end up adding, and I'll probably end up calling and asking about whether I'm getting paid Friday and if I can get an advance for next week. And I need to know that today so I can pay my bills. So yeah, guys, I appreciate all the support. I read all your comments, so don't think that I'm not. Sorry, it's been a couple weeks that I haven't uploaded a video. It's been obviously pretty tough. You know, even in the house, there's no food in the house. I got my wife and my 1.5-year-old And we're making do with the 1.5-year-old. I mean, she can eat cereal and things like that, so we're fine with her. But there is absolutely no food in the house. I don't know what we're gonna do. I have no, and like I said, it doesn't feel like Prime gives a shit about that. I'm not hounding them to get paid because I'm just being an asshole. Like there's things I have to get in this. I have to do. I can't not go with weeks without getting paid. I just can't do that. I'm not making a couple grand, every each week to be able to get by. I'm not. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I appreciate all the support. Keep commenting. Remember, the Discord is up. If you guys ever want to go in there and to ask questions, I know a few people come in. But if you want to go in there and ask questions or, anything like that, you're more than welcome. I play games too whenever I'm home. So, I'm looking forward to Starfield. I want to get the Hogwarts game. There's so many good games coming out. I have a custom it's you can't see it, but I've got a custom desktop. My wife, I also built her a custom desktop. I have 2 servers here at my house, so I can run any game I want. If I can host a server on it, I can. And then I plan on getting a gaming laptop once I start getting rolling on the road. That way I can actually play games on the road and all that stuff. So, guys, I appreciate all the support. If there's anything I can ever do for you, man, message me. Get on Discord, shoot me a message. I'll talk to you guys, and I'm pretty cool dude. So, all right, we'll catch you on the next one. It won't be so long in between videos, so sorry about that. But I will be posting much more, but more often. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks.